Follow. And the rule on the truck is everyone must stay fully seated. That goes for adults and your children. There is no standing up, no switching seats or popping up and down off the seats allowed. And she says you're seated, and I can see you are in my magic mirror. So here we go. All right, well, Jambo, everybody.
Jambo.
Now, my name is Everett, and I'm up here. I'm going to be your safari driver. And I'm going to take you out here on a photo safari, so I hope you brought a camera with you. Now, if you're taking photographs, remember this very important thing. Anything you drop off the truck stays off the truck. Because the animals, we can't get out and pick up your $800 cell phone, or your camera, or your hats, or your sunglasses, or anything. So hold on to your stuff real tight. If you haven't done it, you'll take a look up above your heads. I've got some pictures of some of the animals I might be able to find for you. We have all those animals and more. If you brought any food, put it away. There is no open food, no eating, no snacking of any type, and that is for animal safety. And since no one's allowed to stand up back there or pop up and down off their seats to take photographs or look at animals, because I'm driving this truck and I could hit my brakes at any moment and you could fall over and get hurt. Do you have any small children? If you do, you could sit them on your lap. You know, if you got little kids, I really recommend that. But if you're going to put children on your lap, you got to do it now. That way they're like a foot and a half higher off the seat so they can see better. Because once we enter the reserve, children have to stay where they're at. Once we take this left-hand turn, you're not allowed to lift children up off their seats to put them on your lap. There's no passing children back and forth across the vehicle. They can't be lifted into the air or standing on your lap of the seat. They have to be seated just like the adults for their safety. Now, that being said, we're going to head on in. See if we can find any animals out here in the Little Aturi Forest this morning. Oh, like a greater kudu. Haha, right there in front of me. Cool. Found an animal. Yay. It's a beautiful female. There's another, two more right there. I see 1, 2, 3. They're all girls, and I know they're girls because boys have horns. And the boys are bigger. They weigh about 750 pounds. Ain't she beautiful?
Wow.
Hi, beautiful. She's a very pretty girl. In the bush on the right, the other side of the water hole, there's an okapi over there eating that bush. If you could see it, it's a big brown colored animal. Okapi are really rare. They weren't discovered till 1901. That's like 100 years ago. They're the only known living relatives of giraffes. You can see its head. It's got a giraffe's head, but it's got stripes like zebras. But it's actually a giraffe that lives in the forest, and that's pretty cool. It's amazing they weren't discovered till 100 years ago. Now, they're here because of the watering holes. I can just about guarantee you that. Animals and water go together. Everything out here needs a drink sooner or later. Some animals a lot later than sooner, but everything needs water, without a doubt. Oh, now this is really hard to see, but over here on our back left, that is not a rock sitting there. It's a black rhinoceros. See it move its ear? It's laying on the ground. It kind of looks like a rock, but you're looking at its face. See, there it goes. That's the only way I saw it. It moved its ears. You know, a lot of people don't know there used to be hundreds of thousands of those things. There's less than 5,000 left today. And nothing hunts them but humans. They're almost completely gone because of us and our greed for money. If they disappear from the world, you know, it's going to be our fault. And that'll be a tragedy if that day ever happens. Oh, look, there's a couple of bongo on the right. They're one of the prettiest antelope on the entire reserve, but they're so rarely photographed, people call them the ghosts of the forest. They're crepuscular. That's a fancy word. It means they're only active in the early morning and early evening, so all day long they hide in the bushes where you can't get a picture of them. So that's why they're called the ghosts of the forest, of course. All right, see that? There's animals out here. Yay. Tell you what, we're going to head over towards the Safi River, look for hippos. Everybody likes hippopotamuses. I have pretty good luck finding them because they're nocturnal. They sleep all day. But they sleep over here in the river because they're so big, they overheat. Water helps keep cool. Male hippos weigh 5,000 pounds, so they're not too hard to find unless the water is really deep or dirty. Keep your eyes on the river. Just remember, stay seated. They come up to breathe about every 8 minutes, and I see 2 of them. They're coming up on the right, just past the bushes. And they're sleeping, just like I said. What a life. They smell terrible. They're very stinky, but I like them anyway.
One has its head resting on the white jacket.
Look on the left. There's a whole bunch over here, too. Look at that. Hippos all over the place. I do think they're cute for as big as they are. Now, we got a flock of pelicans over here, which are kind of interesting, too. These are pink-backed pelicans. The only pelican in the world that works together to herd fish into shallow water so they can all catch them, and that's pretty smart for a pelican. Yeah, it really is. Oh man, I almost forgot. We got to cross that bridge up here too. Now, before we cross this bridge in front of me, I have to remind everyone once more to keep your seats. If you have children, I want you to supervise them. Make sure they're glued to those seats as instructed, because, well, almost every time I cross this bridge, I find a couple hungry Nile crocodiles hanging around under.
This is the area.
And today's no exception either. Look on that left-hand rear hanging. Crocs. 20 feet long, those things, girl. 20 feet long, that's really big. They crush bones with over 2,000 pounds of pressure per square inch, and they catch prey way bigger than you and me, like zebras and wildebeests and things like that. When they come down here to get a drink of water, and they're always hungry too. That's right. That's one of the bridges on the reserve I don't even like to cross. No way. All right, now I don't see anything else here, so I guess we're going to go ahead and leave the forest. We're going to enter onto the Serengeti grasslands. That's home to some of everyone's favorite animals, like elephants, giraffes, and zebras and wildebeest, gazelle and antelopes, cheetahs, lions, you know, who knows what I'll find out there for you. Completely different ecosystem than the forest. Right here's my favorite view of the reserve, too. It's the highest spot on the reserve. That's why I can see things from up here sometimes. So let me look around here for a minute. Looks like there's some Ankoli cattle over there on the left. Oh, I see a couple of giraffes. Left front, quarter mile. See way over there? There's giraffes in those palm trees way over there. They're easy to find. I can spot giraffes a couple miles away. But check out the little guys at the bottom of the hill. These are cute little things called springbok. Everybody thinks they're babies when they see them for the first time because they're just little, but they're full grown. And they're kind of amazing because listen to this. They can run 55 miles an hour and they can jump over top of our truck. Yeah. I mean, they're like the 6th fastest mammal in the world. And they can jump 11.5 feet in the air repeatedly. Just boing, 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 boing. That's why they're called springbok. They're like made out of springs, those little guys, man. They're kind of amazing for a tiny little antelope. Okay, now I know I saw an Ankoli cattle. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. It's behind that truck over there. Ankoli cattle grow the largest horns of any animal in the world. They measured horns of these cows up here 6 feet long on each side of their head. That's 12 feet of horns on a cow. All right, I see a carnivore. Back left, wild African dogs. There's a pack of them just chilling out in the shade right there sleeping. I'm glad I didn't wake them up. They're called painted dogs. You're looking at the greatest hunters in Africa. A lot of people would never guess that. But those little dogs right there catch more prey than all the other carnivores combined. If they start chasing something, they never stop till they catch it. And get this, they can eat a wildebeest, bones and all, in 30 minutes. They're like little piranha dogs, man. Every one of those little guys can eat a third of their body weight in meat and bone all at once, and that's just incredible. Most people think lions are the greatest hunters, but it's actually those little dogs right there. Oh, Sable Antelope, over there on the left too. The official symbol of our reserve are sables. Sable don't run away from predators. They stay on their ground and they fight lions and cheetahs. They even beat up on those little wild African dogs too. Sometimes they win and sometimes they don't. But you're a tough antelope when you stand up to a pride of lions and fight them. Win or lose just to protect your herd. Look at the horns on this cow here. That's pretty impressive, even though those are little. Yeah, you can find pictures of these cows over 6,000 years old in ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics. That's 2,000 years before the pyramids were even built. That's how we know they're the world's first cow. Look, she's a thirsty girl. She can get her a drink of water. I told you. I find animals around water all the time. All right. Hey, we got more springbok up here. Let's see if we can scare one. See how high it jumps. I've never had one jump over my truck, but I really love to see it. I really would.
Me too. Spin with little legs.
I'm going to cut them off from their herd. Those are both little girls.
Oh.
Aren't they cute? It's amazing they can jump over top of my truck and run 55 miles an hour. Let's catch up to those giraffes. I can tell you a lot about giraffes. I bring a lot of people out here on safari. And there's one right there on the left, see it?
Oh, yeah?
But it seems like nobody knows there's 9 different species of giraffes. It kind of amazes me how many people think all giraffes are the same, but there's 9 completely different kinds of giraffes. These giraffes here, they're all called Maasai giraffes, named after an African tribe called the Maasai tribe, of course. The word giraffe means something. It comes from the Arabic language, and the word giraffe means graceful. Because they're graceful animals, unless they bend over. Now, we got a baby one right here on the right next to us. It's probably about maybe a year and a half, 2 years old, but the size of the little thing, and I can see it's a little boy. So being a little boy giraffe, when he grows up, he might be the tallest animal in the world. Some little guy's going to be one of that handsome little fella. Isn't he just beautiful? Largest heart of any animals in Africa. Their hearts are bigger than basketballs. Giraffes have the highest blood pressure of any animal in the world. That makes sense when you think about it. It takes a lot of pressure to pump blood way up there. Strangest thing about a giraffe is kind of crazy, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Giraffes only sleep 30 minutes a day. And that's because they eat 22 hours a day. Yeah, I know I told you it sounds crazy. They'd rather eat than sleep, so that's exactly what they do. They eat and they don't sleep. But they're all beautiful. Doesn't matter what kind they are. Alright, we got another watering hole up here I want to check. Back in the forest, we got pretty lucky and saw a black rhinoceros taking a nap. Oh, look, there's a little elephant at this watering hole, everybody. I expect to find elephants in water because they drink 40 gallons of water every day. But this is just a baby. I'm guessing, I say it's probably 7 or 8 years old. It's pretty cute. Hey, there's actually a monkey on our left front in that bush right there, too. There's a couple of monkeys right there. Those are mandrill monkeys. Male mandrills are big. They can weigh 100 pounds. There's a little elephant there. How cute is it?
There's a baby with that one.
I'll tell you a little bit about baby African elephants whenever I see one. The little African elephants, if they're little boys, they stay with mom till they're about 15 years old, and then mom chases them away. Ha ha. That's right. But if they're little girls, you know, they stay with their mother and the rest of the females for the rest of their lives. You know, actually, the only thing in the entire world stays with their parents longer than elephants are humans, unfortunately. That's a sad fact, but it's a fact nonetheless. And you see, there is definitely something missing here. You know what it is. It's that little elephant's mom. Now, it's too small to be out here running around all by itself, so I'm going to see if I can find her, because she's got to be really close by here someplace. She wouldn't let her baby get too far from her. I know a good place to look. It's just around the corner here. It's called the Red Clay Pits. Elephants go there all the time because they like to eat the clay, and yes, they eat dirt, and it's good for them. It gives the elephants minerals and stuff they don't get their usual diets. And I see tusk marks in the clay already. I can't tell how fresh they are, but it looks like there might have been some elephants here. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at this. There's one way over there. There's one way over there. Here's one right here. So this is that little elephant's herd. Oh, look, there's a female with her baby right here. That elephant's a little bit bigger than the other one. I'd say it's probably about a 10-year-old. You know, when they're born, they're already huge. Baby elephants, African elephants, when they're born, around 300 pounds. Wow. And I do see some children back there, so there's got to be a couple moms. Listen to this, mom. The females are pregnant for 22 months. Almost 2 solid years. It takes a long time to grow a 300-pound baby elephant, you know. But every one of them is special, you know. They are the future, after all. That's right. Yeah, that little one way over there, that's a really little one. That's probably maybe 2 years old at most. And it looks like we got another one at the watering hole that's gonna come right up here right next to us. Let's see if we get a real close picture of it. As long as it's on the other side of the watering hole, I'll stop for a photo. And I won't stop for long, you know, for just a couple seconds. Yeah, this is gonna be a good picture right here. Hello there. They're eating grass. Grass, leaves, whole small trees. They love fruit. If they find fruit, they eat it all. Then they eat the bush of the tree the vine be growing on too. The adults eat 300 pounds of vegetation every day. Oh, hey, look at that. There's actually a little flock of flamingos up here, I just noticed. Flamingos are always a good photograph because they're just so pretty. These are called the greater flamingo, and I know it because they're the tallest of all the flamingos. You know, the males stand 5 feet tall, and that's pretty darn big for a bird. A lot of people know they turn pink because they eat brine shrimp, and they don't know why, but I do, so I'll tell you. Brine shrimp contains beta-carotene. That's vitamin A. That's what turns flamingos pink, everybody. They're big and pink and pretty. Alright, now I'm going to take a chance and see if I can find one of the more dangerous animals out of reserve. There's a big mud hole right around this corner where the white rhinos gather, roll around in the mud sometimes. Lots of animals like mud. Oh, okay, remember, stay seated and supervise your children, because there's a couple right there. Alright, this is a little bit too close, but we have no choice. Now, just like black rhinos, white rhinos aren't safe anywhere in the world because of humans, but I'll tell you why they're dangerous. I mean, they're literally giants. There's a male out here stands over 7 feet tall. Only elephants are bigger than these guys. But they're giants, but they can only see 35 feet. They have the worst eyesight ever. If you get within 35 feet, they see you. If they get mad or scared, they stomp you into the ground and squish you. They get mad at me all the time. They keep popping my tires on my truck, and I ain't joking either. Look in front of me. There's one rolling in the mud right behind that fallen tree there. See it? They love mud. Yeah. Most people don't know, but a herd of rhinos is called a crash, and there's a reason for that. They only see 35 feet, but they run 35 miles an hour, so they crash with things all the time, like my truck. That's why you're not allowed to stand up back there. Look, there's another one right there on the right side. Yeah. You just imagine, you can only see 35 feet, but you can run 35 miles an hour. You're running along by the time you realize, hey, there's something in front of me. It's too late. You ran into it. That's why they're called a crash, because they crash into things all the time. That's one of the reasons no one's allowed to stand up back there, too. It's just sad there's so few of them left. Hopefully they make a whole bunch of little bitty baby rhinos for us, because we need everyone we can get now. Alright, we got a cheetah. It's right there in the left front behind the tree with a big V in it. Laying right back there behind it, you can see it. I wouldn't even see it, it didn't move its tail there. I do believe there's 2 of them, so if there's 2 of them, they're mates. Aww. Cheetahs don't like, yeah, see it move its tail? That's how I saw it right there. Huh. You know the fastest cheetah ever recorded by a human? 72 miles an hour. Average speed 60 when they're out here running around hunting. Only big cat that will hunt during the daytime out here. The only big African cat that'll purr too, you know. Alright, but speaking of big cats, we're going to take a chance. Now this is going to be a long shot, but we're going to circle around this giant rock here. We're going to look for lions. This is a copy, and lions love this copy for some reason. They just lay up there all day and sleep because they're nocturnal like hippos. If you do get a picture of one during the daytime, it's usually sleeping, but they fooled me before. They'll fool me again, I'm sure they will. Anyway, actually I see a couple zebras up there in the distance too. We'll get a picture of a zebra. Everybody likes zebras. Oh, there's something I don't like. Look at the bushes over there right in front. There's an ostrich. See it? Those things freak me out. I'm going to warn everybody now that I see that big ugly bird. And oh, there's another one way back there behind it too. That's the only thing on this reserve can outrun my truck and reach here and bite you is those big ugly thunder chickens. So if we get up close to one, remember, slide away from the edge. They don't have teeth. But if one of them runs over here and grabs you, you get the worst blood blister you ever had in your life. I know that for a fact. That's another reason they freak me out. Alright, I don't see any lions. I told you it'd be a long shot. At least we tried. But we're gonna get a good look at these zebras coming up here then. Actually, we have 3 different species of zebras. Mountains, grevies, and grants. These are called grant zebras. They're actually the most common zebra. This zebra is the zebra everybody thinks about when you say the word zebra. And it seems like everybody likes zebras. You know, zebras don't like anything at all. They really don't. Zebras don't get along with other animals. They don't get along with each other, actually. They're pretty, but they're pretty mean. I'm sure you've probably seen somebody on TV or in a movie riding a zebra. That is not a zebra. That is a horse painted to look like a zebra. You can't get on these guys. They won't let you. Oh, and there's actually some ostrich eggs right there by those 2 zebras right there. You can see them. Ostrich eggs takes like 24 chicken eggs to make one of those. They're like 3 pounds each, those eggs. It's the largest egg in the world because the big, ugly, largest bird will live there later, man. 3 pounds. That's an egg. Okay, now we're actually having pretty good luck for the time of day it is. Seeing how hot and sunny it is. But there's another watering hole just around the corner I'm going to check. Let's see if there's anything down here for us. Okay, there's a scimitar directly in front of me. This guy's from the Sahara Desert. Its horns resemble scimitar swords. Just imagine being a cheetah trying to jump in the back of that guy. That'd be one sorry cheetah. I've always thought they poked themselves. But this is an amazing animal. It's the only animal in the world that can live 25 years and take a drink of water once a year and live. It's from the Sahara Desert. There's no water where they come from. So they just evolved where they can take a drink of water once a year and live. That's impossible, actually, it sounds. I mean, well, isn't it beautiful? Oh, and we got another crazy bird coming up on the right. I see a couple yellow-billed storks here. Now, they're pretty little birds, but these are terrible. And I'll tell you why. They're carnivores. They eat anything they can swallow, everybody, and I mean anything, because get this. They even eat other baby birds of their own species, man. And that's like freaky wrong, right? But you think about that, it's like they eat their cousin's children. And that's really sad, man. When you think about it, that's just terrible. What a bad little bird. Wouldn't want to build your nest around those guys. That's a fact. Eat their own kinds of babies. Alright, but I tell you what, we did have good luck. We actually found more animals than I thought we was going to. Not bad at all. Unfortunately, though, the warden's post is just around the corner, so I got to head back there and I got to drop everybody off. It's a short trip to the Harambe village, but if you want to see more animals, if you haven't done it, I always recommend everyone take a trip down what they call Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. They have good stuff there, like gorillas. But they have monkeys. They have an underwater hippo viewing pool. They got a bird forest with meerkats and naked mole rats. Yeah. And if you have time, jump on the Wildlife Express train, too. It'll take you out to Rafiki's Planet Watch. They have a petting zoo over there. If you have any children, you know children love petting zoos, and I know some adults who like them too, actually. It's true. They have the animal hospital over there and a nutrition center with snakes, poisonous frogs, giant spiders. And it's air conditioned. Yay. You gotta love that. A couple more hours. When it gets 110 degrees out here. What else? Oh, is there any little kids back there? I can't see any really little, is there? There's somebody out there called Doc McStuffins. And I have no idea who that is, but if I see little kids, I always let them know, because apparently little kids know who that is. You know, I'm 60 years old. I don't watch Disney Channel. I probably never will. I ain't paying for that crap. No way. Alright, now look, we're going to be able to fit into the warden's post. Yay! Okay, now here in Harambe, we don't like saying goodbye to anyone because it just sounds way too final to me anyway. I'd like to see all of you come back and ride again in the future with me one day. So instead of goodbye, I say kwaherini, and it means to go well, and I like go well better than goodbye. So go well, everyone. Have a great day. Thanks for riding. Come back and ride again with me in the future one day because there's a lot of animals out there left for us to discover. I'm holding. Double check where you're sitting. And don't forget about Gorilla Falls, Rafiki's Planet Watch. And thanks for riding. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Stay cool if you can.